Well, thanks for visiting us this morning at ArklateXHomepage.com. I'm meteorologist Josh Marces with your Monday forecast update. And for Dr. Martin Luther King holiday here, we do have cold temperatures this morning. Most of us starting out below freezing, but after that very cold weekend, we are looking at high temperatures returning to near normal today, so we should be back into the 50s. We'll be breezy, though, so it is going to stay fairly, I would just call it cool as we move through the day today. Not necessarily going to be a cold day, but definitely keep a jacket with you as we do have highs topping out in the 50s. This is what we're looking at this morning, and again through sunrise these temperatures will continue to drop, so I think a lot of us will start out in the upper 20s this morning, basically all locations at or below freezing to begin the day here. And again, a little bit of dew out there, so where we are seeing those temperatures dip below freezing, which is just about everywhere. We do have some frost, some ice setting up, so if you did park the car outside last night, likely going to have to do some scraping of the windshield, so maybe give yourself a few extra minutes if your car is outside this morning. As far as visibility, just fine. A little bit of patchy fog may develop here in the next few hours, but don't expect any dense fog today as that south wind is really going to start going. We do have a cold front on the way tomorrow that will bring our next chance of rain, and also a cool down through the middle of the week. But out ahead of that today, the south wind starting to increase, so by the afternoon here we're looking at wind speeds in the 10 to 20 mile per hour range, and we could see some wind gusts over 20 miles per hour, especially late this afternoon, early this evening. So again, it is going to turn into a breezy day for us. There's your forecast highs. Again, should be back into the 50s. We'll call it mostly sunny this morning, partly cloudy this afternoon, and most areas topping out in the mid-50s here. But a look at satellite and radar, you can see some of the mid and upper level clouds starting to move into the region. So after a little sunshine this morning, I think eventually turning partly cloudy as we go through the afternoon. Looking at the jet stream here, you can see the ridge of high pressure, which is going to keep us dry probably for another 24 hours or so. But just this repeated rainfall pattern that we've seen throughout the winter, big upper level low digging in across Nevada, California there, eventually will move towards the Arklatex and nudge that next cold front through. And ahead of that, we should see an increasing chance for rain on Tuesday with the colder air settling in on Wednesday. So look at Futurecast today. Again, looking at mostly sunny conditions. First half of the day, I think we'll see a few more clouds arrive probably a bit earlier than being indicated by Futurecast there. But bottom line here, could see a few showers pop up as soon as tonight. I think for most of us, the rain will hold off until tomorrow, especially as we go through the afternoon. And there's a look at some of that rain popping up as we go through the back half of the day. Won't be an all-day rain, just kind of on again, off again, showery type rainfall event making its way through on Tuesday. Should actually warm into the 60s tomorrow as that rain makes its way through, and you see a few thunderstorms there late Tuesday into early Wednesday as the colder air begins to dip into the region. And as far as Futurecast is saying, the rain should be out of here midday, but there are some other forecast models that push the rainfall a little bit later on Wednesday, which is of note because if temperatures drop below freezing once again, a lot like we saw Saturday, could see a few snow flurries, especially across the northern Arklatex. But our particular forecast model here saying not really buying into the snow there, but it is going to be a very cold Wednesday for us. As far as the rainfall totals here, pretty light amounts. Some of the forecast models showing maybe half an inch to an inch, and you see this one on the lighter side for most locations, maybe a third of an inch, but there are a few locations, Texarkana over towards Minden, where we could potentially pick up an inch or so. Again, those numbers will probably jump around the map here in the next 24 hours. The Texarkana not necessarily going to see an inch of rain, but just shows that it could happen somewhere in the Arklatex as that rainfall makes its way through. So here's what we're looking at. 7-day forecast shows you into the 60s tomorrow ahead of the rainfall. Temperatures really start to drop during the day Wednesday. Honestly, it will be like one of those days that we saw early this weekend. Not as windy as what we saw Saturday, but we are going to see very cold temperatures through the day on Wednesday with highs topping out in the upper 30s and low 40s. We get some sunshine back Thursday, a pretty nice day. Today and Thursday looking like the two best days of the week here. We do have a dry cold front making its way through Friday. May drop our temperatures into the 40s there, and kind of monitoring the potential for a little bit of rainfall to make its way in early next weekend. One of the forecast models saying that, the other one saying, hey, we'll be dry. So a lot still up in the air. So if you do have early weekend plans, just kind of keep an eye on the forecast here as we go through the next few days. But again, temperatures tonight in the 40s, and we'll be back below freezing Wednesday night into Thursday morning.